Who would you say is the agave king or the agave queen?
Agave queens, Edna Chilwa, Charity Nyondo, and Regina, the upcoming one. Oh, and Namwita.
Oh, okay, yes, of course, yeah. She has a lot of different
She has a lot. Actually, I learned agaves especially from Namwita. That's why I first saw them. Even these maroon plants, I got them from Namwita. I found her selling at a supermarket. So I didn't have money. I only had the 20 kwacha on me. So I said, I'm the first customer, please have a nice day. I can't pass. And got 2 of these. Yes, 8 months down the line, she came to get 200 packets from me. She had run out.
It's a circle of life, isn't it?
I'm Dalitso Chambakata, Mrs. Mbewe, proprietor of this garden. My garden is mixed with different types of ornamental plants, vegetables, fruits, and small livestock. I don't know if we can classify fish as livestock, but it's also part of my garden. I love playing with soil, as in farming and everything soil related. So in 2013, a friend of mine, who I consider my big sister, Mrs. Nyondo Charity of Shimabala, introduced me to a gardening group.
Everyone knows Charity, yes.
Introduced me to a gardening group. By then it was peace gardeners only, but we've evolved from only peace gardeners to other gardening groups. But it was the first gardening group I joined. So when she put me in that group, the first time I exited, by then I was blank, as in blank, on ornamental plants. I didn't know the names, I didn't know what the plants wanted, and anything to do with plants. So the first time I exited, she just re-added me to the group. Second time, she re-adds me. The third time, she calls, Dalitso, you are a farmer, you can farm anything. Starting from crops to ornamental plants. Don't exit. I'm adding you for the last time, don't exit. And I joined. As time went on, we started exchanging plants with fellow gardeners. I started knowing the names, and I started knowing what plants wants what, and so on, until I eventually started collecting myself. So we could say it was forced upon me. She rekindled my passion for plants. So I started collecting families. For Sansevieria, I have more than 27 types. The snake plants.
Sansevieria is fascinating because there are an infinite number of varieties.
Yes, so far I'm around 27 to 30. It's easy to work with and very versatile. Look at that one. That's a long Sansevieria. It grows straight. The medium sort of curls. The caliph is curly when it's full. And the dwarf one, it spirals.
This one?
This one is better.
Oh, okay. Let me pull out this one.
It spirals. So it may be the same color, but the structure of this Sansevieria, structures of these in the same family and same color are very different, such that even if you were to put them in one pot as a combo, one would be able to appreciate their structure. The next one would be strings, these flowering plants. These ones, there are more than 30 types of them that we have here. There was a time a friend was even encouraging me to say just specialize in flowering plants. But I said, even these others, I love them. So it's difficult to say which one is your favorite plant, because I have a lot of plants, different types, as small as this place is. This is my nursery, my mother plants in the pond.
Okay.
When they are grown, ready for sale, is when I bring them out here.
Okay.
This patch here is mostly mother plants, but they are out here because they are sun-loving. So this patch has sun almost throughout the day. Those ones receive the sun only in the evening.
You've got a lovely mix of things here. I've never seen this jade with the variegation on the end.
Oh,
that one is actually really interesting.
Actually, for jades, I have more than 7 types. There's this golem.
Yes, that one I like.
So then there's this sunset yellow. It gets more yellow than this, but it was in the shade. I just moved it recently. Then there's this variegated one, which I got very recently. You see that it's different from this.
So the variegation is the purple on the sides. So
and the lines here, the white lines.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is the common one.
Yes, that one I have. It's grown into a nice big bush.
And this one, this looks like a cross between the golem and this common one.
Yeah. So very interesting if you look at some of the intricacies that we have with the jade plants. Yeah.
So you see
the difference, the differences in the different ones.
The thing I was talking about of collecting families. I have more September lilies, all this line.
Yes.
So for September lilies, I have 2 types of customers. Some want bulbs, like this onion thing here, but others prefer a grown plant. This onion. So right now we are selling these. They come labeled and everything.
So you import them or?
They are imported.
Okay, and then you just sell the dry bulb. Okay.
Then there are others who don't want to touch, so they want just a grown plant already potted. They are the ones I'll be advertising those when they bloom.
Okay. You have a lot of plants. How are you managing with the water situation? How do you maintain everything?
In case the power doesn't come for days on end, we use the water in the pond.
I thought so.
If power is there, well and good. Whatever time it comes, we wake up to water. And here, this side is only succulents, different types of succulents.
You've got some interesting ones here. Just point out some of your favorites for me, because there's quite a few that I have never seen before.
This one, I don't know its name. I think apparently I just cut it off recently. So I'm sure it started developing roots now.
Yeah, it's got some new growth. You can tell from the blue in the middle that it's growing. It's a type of Echeveria. So.
Oh, here's one black prince. You see, it's sharp.
Yeah.
Then very similar to black prince, we have black knight. This plant took me more than 4 years to find. Here, this is black knight. So I already have 10 plus babies loading. It grows from leaves. So for succulents, I think the most attracting thing is color, leaf shape, and just the differences in color, because they may look like they are the same green, but there's just a small feature that differentiates this plant from the next one. And then recently I branched into agaves. I think agaves I started in November 2022. Yeah, November 2022. So there's that one with white. This one.
Yes.
I bought a baby plant. It had 3 leaves when I was getting it. So this one has 2 babies. But I don't want to sell them yet. These will also be mother plants, so that I have more of mother plants before I start selling.
Yeah. So explain to me, because I have noticed this fashion, this craze for agaves online on all the groups. Why is everyone into agaves?
That was me not too long ago. The beauty with agaves, they are generous. You can get more than 20 babies from one at a go. They are really, really generous. There's a gardener nearby here, near Ring Road. She bought some plants from me in 2022 and started after visiting me. She's gone far ahead of me. And her main thing are agaves. And when I went to visit her garden, she even gifted me with more than 6 types.
Really?
The rare ones, to say you inspired me to do this. So like this one, this is the same as this one, but the beauty is different. It's in the same family.
Tell me again the name?
Demestiana
Okay, so
I
with little spikes on the edge and some variegation in the
Then
middle.
there's also at half moon, this one. So these three are in the same family. So we have Quicksilver, Half Moon. These two I got from La Charity. This one I got from Mr. Piri of Mtendere, but they are all half moons. So when I'm not sure about a plant, I don't dare let it go.
Yeah.
I'll just keep so that I have mother plants. So we were asking, why are people so crazy about agaves? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 2 here that I removed, so we can say 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All these were got from this one plant. So they are money spenders once you keep them well, and the agaves are expensive. So have a lot of them, different types, you are good to go.
And I think this is a nice thing that you pointed out, that, you know, it's nice to have so many creepers and ground covers like the ones you're growing, because, you know, they're good for so many things. They help retain
moisture and also add color to the yard. This tree here has different types of flowering plants.
What would be a very boring tree has now become a feature. You know, with all this other added interest. So for verandas, under trees, and just, you know, it can bring life in a way that you can maintain.
Yes.